This section of the training program will cover the context and application of the NASA-TLX. Measuring mental workload. If you recall from the previous section, mental workload is an important factor to human factors research, but it is difficult to measure. Although other measures have been designated as effective for measuring mental workload, such as physiological, it is widely considered that subjective are the best because they may come the closest to understanding the essence of mental workload and provide the most valid and sensitive indicator. Also, they provide the only source of information on the subjective impact of a task on an operator. As well, they integrate the effects of other workload factors. However, there are some problems with the personalized aspect of subjective ratings with regards to ongoing experiences in a task and the impact of those experiences on the physical and mental demands of the operator. Subjective measures. Since they provide the best insights into mental workload, it is possible to get a reading for a task at a specific point in time. However, difficulties lie within the ongoing measurement of the mental workload associated with a task, especially if it is a continual task which requires sub-steps to complete. This makes it difficult to provide reliable ratings. Most of this difficulty lies in the capacities of the human brain and its memory systems. In addition, there is no base comparison of mental workload, and this absence of external validation represents one of the most difficult problems encountered in evaluating a mental workload assessment technique, or the accuracy of a particular rating. So, what do we do now? How is it possible to effectively and accurately measure mental workload while maintaining task specificity? The solution. NASA-TLX is specifically designed to maintain task specificity while measuring mental workload. The NASA-TLX is designed to avoid the problems of common subjective measures. These include high variability between subjects in rating tasks, their sources of workload which vary across tasks, and it maintains task specificity. This multi-dimensional scale provides a method by which specific sources of workload can be identified and accounted for in determining overall workload for a task. The NASA-TLX and mental workload. Before examining how to use the NASA-TLX to measure mental workload, it's important to understand a few things about its design and those who created it. In this situation, the definition of mental workload is human-centered, not task-centered. Furthermore, mental workload is not an inherent property of the task, but rather something that arises from the requirements of a task, the circumstances under which it is performed, and the skills, behaviors, and perceptions of the individual. In addition, the NASA-TLX can provide crucial insights into the skill and practice-related components of a task, such as the invisible effect that practice can have on reducing mental workload, for example, during surgery. It also has applications for predicting an individual's ability to cope with the mental workload of a task. This marks the end of the context and application of the NASA-TLX section of the training program. When you are ready, please continue with the remainder of the training program.